proven that he cured AIDS?
Absolutely.
Come on, why we don't know about that?
Absolutely.
And you know,
and he just died mysteriously down there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so you know how they play.
Oh yeah.
You know, niggas was tweeting me, Hussle, be careful, man. Your plane gonna go down. I say, you niggas better ride for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't pray, ride for a nigga. I
that's
tell
it.
them.
So in the last video, I showed you that people were concerned that something would happen to Nipsey before something happened to Nipsey because of that documentary. But you have to understand, this is deeper than just one documentary. This is deeper than a Dr. SEBI himself, because people want to isolate it and make it all about Dr. SEBI. But it's what the man was saying that was powerful. It's the diet that he was talking about that's not mainstream, and it should be. There should be many tests run to see if it in fact cures cancer or cures any sickness. But we know that's not happening. People are justified in saying that the government is behind this. Now, of course, we wait for all the details, yes. But knowing the history of this government and knowing what they're doing right now, again, people are justified. And if you're going to call them out and call names, you're not being fair, especially if you're in the media, which always omits information. And when the operations are going on, for example, COINTELPRO is happening, you play along with it. COINTELPRO is happening right now. You've seen it. You've seen it when you see people talk about the flat earth. And the media plays along with this. The media props this up. You see them on Discovery Channel. You see them on all the news outlets. And the news pretends that it's real people doing that, when it's people pretending they're playing a role. COINTELPRO is going on right now. And that means a lot. If you saw the last video, that means people are neutralized. People get killed for being leaders. Let me break down what the director of the FBI sent to the FBI themselves. Let's see. The purpose of this new counterintelligence endeavor is to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize, emphasis added, the activities of black nationalist hate-type organizations and groupings, their leaderships, spokesmen, membership, and supporters, and to counter their propensity for violence and civil disorder. The activities of all such groups of intelligence interest to the Bureau must be followed on a continuous basis, so we will be in a position to promptly take advantage of all opportunities for counterintelligence and inspire action in instances where circumstances warrant. The pernicious background of such groups, their duplicity and devious maneuvers must be exposed to public scrutiny, where such publicity will have a neutralizing effect. Efforts of the various groups to consolidate their forces or to recruit new or youthful adherents must be frustrated. No opportunity should be missed to exploit through counterintelligence techniques the organizational and personal conflicts of the leaderships of the groups, and where possible, an effort should be made to capitalize upon existing conflicts between competing black nationalist organizations. Emphasis added, and you see that was in all caps. When an opportunity is apparent to disrupt or neutralize, emphasis added, black nationalist hate-type organizations through the cooperation of established local news media contacts, or through such contact with sources available to the seat of the government, in every instance, careful attention must be given to the proposal to ensure the targeted group is disrupted, ridiculed, or discredited through the publicity and not merely publicized. And this is what they wanted to happen. You are also cautioned that the nature of this new endeavor is such that under no circumstances should the existence of the program be made known outside the Bureau. But it was. And only because people stole the information. Had they not taken the information from the office, we would never know about it because the media would never tell us. Now, to this very day, it's still going on. You still get them disrupting, trying to discredit, trying to misdirect, trying to expose and neutralize people, whether with information or just killing them off. For example, Tupac. They killed Tupac. And then, after they killed Tupac, they get their COINTELPRO agents to then say he faked his death. Oh, wait, you didn't know about that? Yeah, they're doing that. That's COINTELPRO. And right now, they're doing it now. And you can actually see the people who said that Tupac faked his death are now trying to say Nipsey faked his death. They're putting that out there now. And they're having their fake accounts then push that lie. You do understand that there are fake accounts run by the U.S. government troll army that pushes lies that are in the best interest of the United States government. Not us, the people, but there is a system within the government that does things like the COINTELPRO program. I think all reasonable people would be like, hey, you know, I'm not for that. I'm not for them getting Bunchy Carter killed. I'm not for them killing Fred Hampton. I don't think that's a good idea. But they did it anyways. So, when we're talking about Nipsey Hussle, when we're talking about him being shot 6 times and all the other people around him who were shot, another one dead, Nipsey being shot in the head, somebody was really trying to kill him. Now, we could just say, or what they're trying to put out there is, oh, it was just gang violence. We'll find out what they're going to say happened. But this Nipsey Hussle was a positive type figure who was a leader in the community in LA, where prominent musicians end up dead, especially the ones who try to do changes. For example, Tupac or even Sam Cooke. Did you see the documentary? Sam Cooke killed in a weird way at the age of 33. Now, of course, the COINTELPRO people would love to amplify the number 33 and also add different numbers talking about gematria and all that crap, because they are here to disrupt, misdirect, and discredit people who would question the government. They put out misinformation. But yes, it is weird that Sam Cooke was 33, Nipsey 33. But that's not the overall point. Nipsey Hussle, who worked to end gang violence, he was killed in a shooting. All right, so this is not just the old Nipsey. This is Grammy-nominated Nipsey Hussle. He was working to go to that next level. He wanted to be more mainstream. And when you become more mainstream, you can help more people if you're that type of person. So, Grammy-nominated rapper Nipsey Hussle had an important meeting scheduled Monday afternoon. But it wasn't with a fellow musician, nor did it have anything to do with his burgeoning hip-hop career. Hussle was going to sit down with the president of the Los Angeles Board of Police Commissioners at the city chiefs of police to tackle an issue, along with his music, had come to define his life: gang violence. According to the president of the City Police Commission, Hussle had wanted to talk about ways he could help stop gang violence and help us help kids. So this would have been the day after. And now knowing this troubles me even more, because I know that this government has a problem, not with the gangs in general. They would tell you, oh, the gang violence, stop the gang violence. No. They have a problem with people when they try to unite the gangs, because the gangs represent a group of people that are already in a system together. They're already united under something. So then it could be a threat to their system. And I know you would try to say, oh, that's confusing. I don't know what you mean. Well, they want to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of black nationalist hate type organizations. That's what they would call it. Killing Fred Hampton, I would say that's pretty hateful. So you're not allowed to call things hateful organizations when you're doing things like that. So Tupac, who worked with Mutulu Shakur and many others, worked to politicize the gangs, which is a threat to the system. He even wanted his own political party. killed in LA. The code of thug life. These are words from Mutulu Shakur himself. The thug life is a tool of the enemy as it exists today. It must change. The interests of outside forces are being served by the hustlers because the crew has no dignity or honor. And this must be corrected. A council must be called to put a code to the thug life. We accept that the game will go on until our liberation. We won't accept is that the game will destroy us from within before we get another chance to rumble and rebuild. We will not allow ourselves to be played by the covert operations, COINTELPRO, and low-intensity warfare waged by the United States government. A code must be established. As we look at the West Coast, the majority of the life is controlled by gangs. Latin and black community as well. The gangs are the force behind the underground economy in our hoods. They also want to do this in the East Coast as well. So this is something positive. Now, not the most perfect thing, but this had the power to influence a lot of people. And that's where the problem lies in. So that was the necessary backdrop of information for everybody hearing about this. We have details now saying that this guy Eric Holder is the shooter. Allegedly somebody who got into an argument with Nipsey over him being a snitch in the past. Nipsey allegedly asked him if he was a snitch. I guess he heard from people in the streets, and this is what caused the argument. Nipsey didn't want to be around him and told him to leave. Then the guy came back and shot up the place. Shot him and others. A snitch. How much can you trust him? Where does his loyalty truly lie? And there's even said to be retaliations against his family members. Don't know how true that is. But all of this going on, and the man was about to go to a meeting the next day to stop this very thing. Gang violence. And not to say they're all bad, but the LAPD has a horrible track record concerning what they do to gangs. Remember Operation Hammer. Remember the Tupac investigation, just in general, just straight garbage. Time will hopefully tell. It's a sad situation. And not only that, but it's freaking disgusting that this government is using the COINTELPRO against Nipsey right now. With those fake accounts that they use saying that he faked his death. I think that's sick.
Redsilverj, all I gotta say.